Welcome back to Living 808. Forest bathing. Some of you may have heard of it, but it's a way of detoxing your mind, your body, and soul. One way for people to relax or go to sleep is to turn on the sounds of nature, listen to the rain. But forest bathing, Hawaii, is taking you away from that and into the real thing. Here to tell us more about it is Phyllis Look, owner and certified forest therapy guide. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, John.
You say forest bathing, and you can think of the ton of inappropriate things that might come to at least my mind, but this is something that's actually really special.
Absolutely.
Tell
well,
me
the first thing I can tell you is that no nudity is involved.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that for
Exactly.
me and everybody else.
Right,
but
right,
forest bathing, tell me about it.
So forest bathing, if the word bathing brings to mind a soothing, pleasurable experience, and that after you step out of the bath, you're going to feel that much more relaxed, that is exactly the intention of forest bathing too. So forest bathing is a wellness practice. Its name comes from a term that was coined in Japan in the 1980s, Shinrin-yoku, which translates to forest bathing. And the beauty of this practice, I find, is its simplicity. It is, at essence, a walk in the woods. And Forest Bathing Hawaii, my company, gets to practice its walks at the gorgeous Lion Arboretum, the rainforest at the back of Manoa Valley here on the island of Oahu. Nothing better than that, right?
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
So people ask, what is a forest bathing walk? Okay, so one that is guided by a certified forest therapy guide, such as myself, involves a 2 to 3 hour walk. In that time, we will walk for, at most, a mile on a very easy trail. And I, as the guide, will be offering you some invitations to slow way down and to tune into your senses. And doing those two simple things, taking your time and using all the senses that are available to you, will start to reconnect you with nature and all the medicine that is available there.
I think that this is extremely important. I'm one that is attached to my phone, attached to the computer, and just mentally drowning with all of the electronics and stuff that's going on, and I fall victim to it. But this is a great way to detox, kind of like what I said.
Exactly. And you know, what I just said may sound sort of woo-woo to some, but in fact there's a solid body of evidence now that supports the idea that spending time in the natural environment that we as the human species actually evolved in is not only healthy but healing and really and necessary.
I was going to ask you some of the benefits.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just, I know, so you're talking about healing, you're talking about just cleansing your mind, but tell me some of the things that you've noticed.
Okay, great. Well, in the short time that we have here, I won't be able to go into all the kind of research that the forest medicine scientists in Japan are doing, but there are books about that. But suffice to say, they're measuring heart rate, they're measuring blood pressure, they're measuring your cortisol levels, your stress hormones. And they've made amazing discoveries, for example, about the natural killer cells, which are kind of white blood cells that fight cancer. These NK cells increase in the forest. So a forest bathing walk is actually boosting your immune system, and not just for the time that you're in the forest, but it has lasting effects. And can I tell you about one more piece of research that I'm really fascinated with? And that's the science of awe, A-W-E. So they're testing people after they've seen something wondrous, something that's bigger than themselves, right? Something that's awesome. And they find that these people are afterwards more generous, more compassionate, more collaborative, and that's something that I see in my public walks too. So you get a bunch of people together, they started as strangers. By the end of the walk, they're sharing stories with each other. They're offering to give rides out of the valley to somebody who came on the bus.
So you're changing people from the inside out.
So this simple walk in the woods has this extraordinary effect of not only reconnecting you with nature and yourself, but with other people. So I like to say that forest bathing can restore a sense of community.
Please tell me and our viewers how we can book a walk.
Oh, of course. I would love that. Okay. So I have two kinds of walks, public and private. For a public walk, go to my website, forestbathinghi.com, and look for the schedule of public walks. These are small groups of 15 or less. You have to be 16 years or older, please. No mobility issues. It costs $25. For a private walk, in which you're booking the entire event for your own purposes, like a bridal shower, family with kids, a workplace that wants a wellness activity or team building session, again, connect with me on forestbathinghi.com, and we can discuss your needs and pricing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
And we're
May the
hoping that-
forest be with you.
Oh my gosh, my new best friend. I love it. You knew I was a Star Wars fan.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, a healthier you is more achievable than you think. Orange Theory Fitness is changing lives so that you can live a longer one.